Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So, currently I am in my room. I cleaned it, my bed's made. It's a good day, but I decided I'm gonna do my makeup because I'm going to see the play tonight, and yeah. Also, like, my camera is here, and I usually film with my phone that way, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay. But anyways, yeah, so this is just gonna be like a little chit chat. Get ready with me while I do my makeup. Please do not criticize me in the comments for how I do my makeup. I do it my way, you do it your way. Okay. That being said, I'm not saying I'm a beauty guru. Yeah, so like I'm gonna start with Baby Skin Primer from Maybelline, but I've been having like a lot. I just dropped the cat. Great. I've been having a lot going on this semester, and you know, it's just like I took a little break, so I started my channel over spring break, and then I posted some videos. I was gonna post a video of what I had crafted for my big and my big anchor, and then my class sisters, but unfortunately the footage got deleted because I was deleting stuff off my phone and didn't realize I didn't post that yet, so sorry for that, but I have a Samsung, so there was no saving it. I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I love this. I just got this during spring break. It's a little too yellow for me, but once I put like concealer and everything on, that's what I forgot to get out, bronzer. Once I put concealer and everything on, I got everything out, and I'm a mess. Okay. It usually like looks fine. Yeah, so I wanted to start doing a regular upload schedule where I upload Fridays, Mondays, and like maybe Wednesdays. I don't know. Fridays and Mondays definitely. Just because I feel like I could film on Sundays. And like I can film on Fridays because I don't have class. The only thing I ever have on Fridays is work, and like I don't have work today, so here I am. But I've just been like really stressed out lately. My grandfather passed away, as most people know. I had made a post on my Instagram story about it, and I don't know, I've just been having like a lot of problems dealing with that. And like my friends here know like that's been hard for me, but it like a lot happens when you go to college for your first 2 semesters. So I'm 5 hours away from home. I don't know if I've said that, but I am, and it can be rough at times. I wish I could have gone home whenever my grandfather passed, but I couldn't, so here I am. And you know, you really find out like who your friends are, because like in high school you have like, not saying you have to be friends with certain people, but like you are, just because like you see each other every day and you're in that habit of talking to each other all the time, and that's just like, that's what you do. So seeing who like reached out to me was really interesting. I don't think anyone from back home actually reached out to me except for the people that I talked to about it. I could be wrong. Sorry if someone did. I honestly don't remember. There was a lot of crying, and like, also I'm disappointed with how much product is in this ColourPop concealer. Yeah, like I've only been using it since I came back from spring break, and it's like already not full. Like, doesn't, like, it's not all covering the sides, and that's a problem for me. But yeah, I'm using the ColourPop concealer in a shade Light 18. So yeah, really like going to college, you find out who like actually really cares about you from back home. And like so whenever I was a sophomore in high school, I had a really close best friend, and then her and I kind of drifted apart. And then going into my senior year of high school, I went to a camp, and like I met this person, and we found out that we lived really close to each other. We became really good friends, and like we have stayed friends despite college, but like we're both really changing. I just think like we're developing into like different people, and sometimes that can be hard because you're like trying to understand like what that person wants, and like you feel like you can't give it to them because like you're such a different person than they are, and that like you don't know like what to say to them. And I'm sorry if you're watching this and like I'm talking about you, but like it's not even like just this person in general, like it's just in general, like a lot of people like have changed a lot. Like I had friends that like I thought that they would go to college and they didn't, and I've had friends that like I went into high school with and like didn't come out of high school with. That happened. Yeah, like we just stopped talking. We didn't have classes together and we just didn't talk. So it's really interesting just to like see how that changes and everything. And like it's okay to grow and become different people and like lose friends, because like at the end of the day, if you really are like supposed to have that person in your life, I believe that you will continuously. And like if they're supposed to circle back to you somehow, then you will. Like they will. It'll happen. But so now I'm putting Cody Airspun powder under my eyes to bake them. But it's just really hard, especially like I went so far away from home. Like a lot of people stayed like within the 1 to 2 hour range from home. But I was like, nope, I'm going to a different state. And, you know, I'm happy with my choices. Like, I enjoy where I go to college. I love the people here. I've never met, like, such amazing people until, like, not saying the people back home aren't great, but, like, I've met some truly, like, amazing people that I can learn from and I can grow from. And that's just, like, something that you have to realize is, like, you constantly are changing, and like you can't expect yourself to stay friends with everyone that you were friends with whenever like you graduate high school, because I know personally I'm a really different person than whenever I graduated from high school. And like whenever I was graduating from high school, I was personally in a really bad place, and like once I graduated I became so happy and like so much changed, and summer 2018 was like really great. I went to Warped Tour. I spent time with my friends. Like, I wasn't as busy because I did marching band throughout high school, and I also did summer community theater. So, like, not having marching band, I still did the show, but, like, not having marching band, I had so much more free time to just, like, see people and hang out with people. And I enjoy the fact that, like, I got to have those memories with them. So now I'm going to go in and do my brows with the L'Oreal Paris brow pencil. This is the shade Brunette. And, like, I'm glad that I have those memories with people, just because, like, I hope that, you know, like, whenever I go home, if I see them, like, I can talk to them and it'll be okay. But, like, there's also the fact that, like, some of those people that I went to high school with, like, well, a lot of them, like, if I saw them, I probably wouldn't say hi to them. I would just, like, maybe acknowledge their existence with a head nod, but, like, we didn't really acknowledge each other in high school, so, like, why would we acknowledge each other now? And there's even people that, like, I was friends with, and then we drifted apart, and since I've come to college, they've messaged me and been like, hey, like, what's going on with your life? And I'm just like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you making the effort now to want to, like, be my friend, you know? Like, so I live in a very small town, so, like, you go to the same school. Now it's 5th grade, but like whenever I was in, we all went to the same school, like all together from 6th grade to 12th grade. Like you had 6 years to like be my friend and talk to me, and you didn't. So like that was a missed opportunity for you if you wanted to be my friend. And I feel like people really just like notice that like I'm not like, I was a very quiet person in high school, like in classes and stuff. Like I didn't ever talk, like I didn't like raising my hand. I wasn't like that kind of like outgoing person. But like my friends knew that like I was funny and like would hang out with people and like we'd have a good time. So really just like people realizing now, like whenever I make posts at college, like, oh, like she's thriving. Like what changed? Nothing changed. It's just you never took the time to get to know me before. And that's something that like really irritates me, is because like you want to have friendships with people, but like there's certain things that like you can only like you do to a person that like you can't fix that. And like I have a friend at college, and God bless her, I love her so much. Like she was my first friend whenever I got here. We literally met on move-in day. Like we live in the same building, and it was just like really difficult because she had such a different like high school and like middle school experience than me, because she was bullied a lot by people, and like she still suffers, like feels that people like might think of her that way. And I have to tell her, I'm like, you have grown so much as a person, and even though people like said those mean things about you, they weren't true. Like, yeah, they may have called you this, but like, was it true? No. Like, did you let it affect you? Yeah, you did at the time, but like, you've grown from that and you've moved on. And that's just something I feel like as a person, I personally need to work on, because like, I tend to like not care at all what people think, and like maybe I should a little bit, but I'm more just about like growing for myself, and like that's where I have a lot of problems with my friendships, because I like, if you're in my life but you're like not like, not necessarily beneficial, but like if our friendship is just like a one-way friendship, I'm not going to want to stay friends with you. Like if I'm just giving and giving and giving and you aren't giving anything back, I'm not going to be able to like stay friends with you. And that's just like something that's really hard. And that's why like this one friend that like I feel like we're drifting apart, it's because I've been going through like a really rough time right now, and he keeps just like giving and giving and giving, and like I want to talk to him about his life and everything, and then we do, and then it's just like awkward. And like, I really hope he doesn't watch this video, because he's gonna be like, yo, like you were throwing shade. But no, like, no shade, no tea. It's just like, I want like him to be happy, because he is my best friend. Like I really hope that we stay best friends. Like that's, but at the same time, it's like I feel like we were so focused on like my issues for so long, and that like I wasn't paying enough attention to realize that like he needed to talk about certain things. And now he's made these decisions, and I'm just like, where did this come from? And he's like, I've been thinking about this all semester. And I'm just like, well, why didn't you talk to me about it? And he's like, well, you have your own stuff going on. And I'm like, but you still could have talked to me about it, you know? And like, I feel like that's somewhere where I personally struggle, because even whenever I'm struggling with stuff, I can be told like, shut up, I need to talk to you about this, and I will listen and like give you my feedback and like what I think about it. And that's something that like a lot of people don't realize about me, because like whenever I like go down a hole where like everything's just like it's just a spiral down, and that seems like either everything's going great in my life or it's just like no. So I feel like he realized like that was happening to me, and he like didn't want to bother me with the things that he was going through. But in reality now, I feel like he just hit me with like, oh, this is like what I'm doing with my life, and I'm just here like, oh, okay, well, like, am I gonna see you again? Like, are you gonna come home? Like, are you gonna like, because he's like choosing to move to like where his college is permanently, and I'm just like, well, like, are we gonna see each other again? Like, I'm a really busy person, and like you're gonna be really busy too, because you're gonna have a job and everything, and you're gonna be living there. And he's like, yeah, I'll come visit you and everything, but I'm just like, but will it actually happen? And that's like just something that like I personally like I struggle with, like, because I don't like to lose relationships once I like am really close with a person, because I feel like everyone just like leaves, and that has like happened in the past. Like I've become really close with people and they just like up and leave for no reason. I had a person who I was really close with my first semester here, and this person, like, we talked all over winter break, like we were having a good time, like it was great. And then we came back from winter break, and like I would see him and like I'd say hi and everything, and he just acted like really weird. And then like his roommate talked to me and told me that like he was going through something, and I was like, oh, okay, well, like I didn't take offense to it. But then he just like stopped talking to me altogether, and like I see him now, and it's just like, what do I say, you know? Like there's nothing to say. And I feel like that's just something, and you know, whenever you first come to college, it's really difficult too, because like you want to make friends, but also like you tend to like cling to the first people that you meet, and that's not always healthy, because they aren't always the best people for you. And I personally have found that out, because there are some people that like I met whenever I first got here that I am not friends with anymore, because I don't have the emotional capacity to handle what they need from a friend. And I personally can't do that. Like, I can't give that to them. And I think it's really important to realize, like, what you can do for people and what you can't. And I know that I have a friend that she gives and gives and gives, and, like, God, I love her so much, and she feels like she doesn't get anything in return. Like, no one ever, like, she's always the person to, like, message people first, and I honestly feel that way because it seems like I'm the one that's always making an effort, and, like, I'm always messaging people first and being like, how's your day, what's up, and her and I always, like, message each other at, like, she'll message me first or I'll message her first, and I feel like her and I both, like, really get that feeling of, like, having people, but, like, not really having them because they don't actually talk to you first. So I'm gonna do eyeshadow now, and I'm using the James Charles Morphe palette because why not? I got it for Christmas and I've only used it like 4 times and I need to use it. But I'm gonna prime my eyelids with the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly, which I got over like during the Ulta Beauty sale whenever they had the 21 Days of Beauty. That's what it's called. Yeah. And then this is just a brush that I got and a brush kit from my grandma because she knows that I like makeup and, like, I love her. I love her so much. Like, my grandmother is amazing. For anyone who's watching this that hasn't met my grandmother, like, she literally, like, she helped raise me. Like, I am the person I am today because she, like, taught me how to be a strong woman through example. And that's, like, something I really, like, I love her so much. And I appreciate her so much because she has done so much for me. You know, I can't do a bold look today. I'm, like, going somewhere later to hang out with friends and, like, I can't, no. They're gonna look at me and they're like, are you okay? You know those days where you just, like, want to put on purple eyeshadow and, like, orange eyeliner and it's just, like, yeah, that's me right now. Okay, I'm going to start with the shade, what is this called? Canvas, as my base. So, yeah, that's, like, just what's been going on in my life, and, like, my brushes are kind of dirty. Oof. Fine. Adds the character to the eyeshadow. But I feel like friendships in college, like, that you had beforehand, like, I have people that are sophomores and juniors and seniors tell me that they don't talk to anyone from their hometown. Like, they didn't really have those relationships in high school. They had a couple close friends, and they don't even talk to them anymore. So I personally think that's really sad, but I'm realizing now that that's probably going to happen to me just because of the fact that, like, I'm changing as a person, and when you change, like, you grow apart from people. So next I'm going to use Mary, which is this? Yeah. I guess in honor of Flashback Mary at James. Love him. No, so, like, I've had a lot going on, and that's something that, like, recently I've been dealing with is just, like, re-examining my friendships. And I have this one friend that I'll message her, and, like, her and I are both so busy, but, like, we talk, like, just about, like, life, and she was one of the people that, like, inspired me to start my YouTube channel, just because, like, she has one, and she was like, yeah, like, do it, like, we can comment on each other's stuff, it'll be great, like, she's such a kind person, and so sweet, and, like, has such nice, like, she's always positive and has good intentions, but she also is real with you whenever, like, you need to, like, stop doing what you're doing and, like, get your life together. And her and I have been talking a lot about, like, where I came from. I come from a very small town in Pennsylvania, and there's not really too much there, and, like, I'm not dissing it at all. Like, I appreciate my hometown. Like, I learned a lot growing up in a small town because I feel like whenever you grow up somewhere that's really big, you don't learn what it's like to be in that small town, and you don't appreciate the fact that, like, going somewhere, like, me coming to New Jersey, like, that was a huge deal for me because I felt like, because I'm a very artsy person and creative, and, like, that's not the focus in my hometown. The focus is sports. So being able to have the opportunity to, like, grow in, like, my arts and, like, be fully accepted for who I was, that was just, like, something I was so looking forward to with college. So So now I'm going in with code James. I honestly, like, I'm so thankful that, like, I got to experience, like, being fully accepted in college. And, like, yeah, it would have been nice to be fully accepted in high school, but no one's fully accepted in high school anyways, and I would have rather have done it at a place that, like, taught me that, you know, you have to work for what you want in life, and, like, no one gets, like, you're not just going to be handed a journalist job, like, what I want to do. And so I am really thankful for that. I'm going with shade 10% off now. And it's just, I'm, like, going to do this on the outer edge. It's just really difficult to sit there and, like, see people who aren't doing anything with their lives. Her and I talked about this too, because it's like we grew up together, like, we know each other, like, and to just, like, see you just not have any ambition to further yourself. And, like, her and I both, like, want to get out of the town that we live in. That's, like, what we say. She's going to a college that's really close by just because of, like, money purposes, and, like, it's cheaper, and she's gonna get the same degree, and then she's gonna leave. And we've talked and talked and talked about, like, how great it's going to be, you know, like, once we're both, like, out on our own and we can just, like, hang out and, like, have our lives together. And it's also the fact that, like, her and I were not cool kids in high school. We weren't. She, like, flew under the radar a lot. Like, people probably honestly just, like, forgot that she existed. Sorry, but, like, I love you so much, but she flew under the radar. She, like, didn't want to be noticed. She wasn't, like, on people's radar. It was good for her. That's what she wanted. And so now that she's, like, going for it, I'm so happy for her. And, like, I'm so happy for myself just because I'm really going for, like, what I want in life. Okay, next I'm going to use the shade Sister. And I'm going to use my finger to apply it just to, like, this inner portion of my lid, and, like, my inner corner. But yeah, it's just, I realize I say but and yeah a lot, but it's fine. She's definitely one person that I hope that I can continue to develop a relationship with, even, like, through college and, like, through life. Like, I hope that her and I can, like, be friends and, like, oh, I'm saying, like, so much right now, and I hate that. That's literally, like, one of my pet peeves is, like, someone saying, like, 500 times in a row. I'm sorry for anyone who, like, feels that. No, but I feel like friendships are really difficult whenever you first go to college, and that's definitely something that, like, you know, especially with finals and everything coming up and, like, me going home for the summer, it's like, what's going to happen? Like, I'm gonna go home, like, is everyone gonna be like, hey, like, what's up? Like, let's hang out. Or am I just gonna, like, hang out with two people all summer and, like, go to the drive-in and that be my life? Working 2 jobs, at least. This is the Lash Craft Mascara Big Volume by Sephora. I got it in my Sephora Play Box. Fun fact, I really enjoy it. So there's an update on that. I feel like my first year of college literally just flew by. Like, yesterday I was moving in, and in a month I'm moving out, and I honestly don't know, like, how that happened. Because I personally have, like, changed so much, and it just, like, how did that all happen, like, in the course of 9 months? That's, like, what it is. September to May. And I'm so excited for this summer because I'm going to see my friend that transferred out after our first semester. She lives in Delaware, and we're gonna go to Firefly together, and I'm literally so excited because I've never, like, I went to Warped Tour last year, and that's, like, the only, like, music festival type thing that I've ever been to, and I'm so excited to, like, see her because I haven't seen her since she left, and, like, I miss her. We got really close, and, like, we talk all the time still, and I don't understand how someone that I literally met one semester, hung out with, and, like, became so much closer with her than I ever was with anyone that I grew up with, I feel like. And we grew up together from the time that we were in kindergarten. So, like, my main point here with this whole tangent about, like, friendships and, you know, college and just developing as a person is that, like, it's okay to change, like, who your friends are, and it's okay to become a different person and not want to be friends with certain people anymore because they don't, like, show your ideals as a person. And I personally I've been having a hard time accepting that because I'm the type of person that once I'm friends with you, like, I'm in it for the long haul. I don't plan on, like, jumping out and being like, hey, see you later, like, we're not friends anymore. And it really hurts me whenever people don't communicate well and then are like, oh yeah, I'm doing this life-changing thing, but I didn't tell you about it. Or, you know, like, oh yeah, like, I'm getting married, you don't know about it. That wasn't a reference to a friend, that was a reference to a family member, but it's just really difficult to make decisions based on people that don't make decisions based on you. Like, I personally tell my best friend pretty much everything, and whenever he started dating this girl, like, he didn't tell me until we talked on the phone, and I felt like that was something that, like, he should have texted me and been like, hey, like, we're finally dating. And I would have been like, yeah, like, good for you, like, I'm happy for you. And he didn't, and that's just why, like, once again, not throwing shade at him, but I feel like we're growing apart into, like, what we value as people and what, like, is close to our hearts. And I don't like want us to, like, end our friendship because we're growing apart. So I also got this in my Sephora play box. It was a Marc Jacobs mascara. Yeah, mascara. Eyeliner. The brown one. Okay. It's been a day. It cleaned. That was my whole day. No, I did some other stuff too. But, so I like to apply my contour with a fan brush. Because I feel like, and this is the NARS contour that I got. Also in my Sephora play box. And then I blend it out with, like, a fluffy brush once I put my blush on too. But friendships are just really difficult to navigate whenever you're in college. And, like, I joined a sorority, and that group of people, they're so kind and so loving. And I strive to be like many of those women just because I know that they have been through it. Like, I'm a freshman. They all are going to be either ending their second, third, or their last year of college. And, like, I have a lot I can learn from them. But the kindness and the friendship that they've all shown to me, yeah, I really need to blend that out. It's fine. And this short amount of time is, personally, I feel amazing because I've been having issues with the people that I grew up with and just, like, understanding what they needed from me as a friend. And I feel like a lot of them told me, you know, sometimes you just have to let people figure things out for themselves and you can't change that. And I think that that's one thing that I have a really hard time accepting, is that no matter, like, how much I want the best thing for you, what I think is the best thing for you may not be what you think is the best thing for you. And that's something that, like, I really need to work on because I just want people to be happy. That's really, like, my only goal in life, is for people to be happy. So this is the Velour lip scrub in chocolate covered cherry from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm gonna put it on so my lips aren't, like, crusty. But learning to, sorry, it's edible, fun fact, learning to accept that, like, you can't change, like, you can change the world, but, like, you can't force people to change themselves to better themselves because they may not agree with what you think would be better. And it's really difficult whenever you, like, see someone doing something that's very toxic, and this isn't towards anyone at all, but I definitely see a lot of people that I know from back home doing things that are very toxic to their lives, and they don't care. It's like I don't know if they don't think that they're doing it. Like, I know some of them definitely, like, realize, like, oh yeah, this is probably toxic to my life, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And that really upsets me because I did grow up with those people, and I want them to succeed in life and enjoy life and have, like, live life to the fullest. Like, I want that for them. But at the same time, I can't tirelessly say things to them and say things to them and say things to them, and it just be like I'm a broken record. Because you can't change people if they don't want to change. That's just one big example of that is, like, people with addiction. Like, you can't, like, they have to decide to change, and, like, I've personally watched people with addiction, and they aren't going to change unless they want to. That's just the facts of it. So this is the shade Can't Relate from the Jeffree Star Christmas collection. I really wish I knew how to, like, make things better. I wish that I could just wave a magic wand and be everyone's fairy godmother and make things better, but I can't, and that bothers me because I'm a fixer. I'm a person that fixes problems. I'm a person that I try so hard to accommodate so many people because I want them to feel like they are needed and they are wanted, and you can't do that to yourself because you just become emotionally exhausted. Well, there's my rant and my makeup. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more just, like, me going off about, like, life, and this is my life, and this is, like, what I'm going through, just let me know, and I'll give you more chit chats and get ready with me's. I enjoyed this. I'm going to put my hair down. I had it up because of doing my makeup, but I'm going to put it down, that way it can dry and hopefully not be a mess for later, because I just got out of the shower. But yeah, I hope that everyone, like, has a good day, and if you are experiencing things, like, with your friends, just know that, like, they have to actively make those decisions for themselves no matter what it is, and you can't change it. You can't. No matter what you say to them to reason with them, you're not going to be able to change it. So, like, you can try. You really can try, because I do try. I know I'm not going to stop trying, but at the end of the day, you have to realize there's only so much you can do. And I feel like that's really important for people to realize, because, you know, sometimes we forget about the fact that, like, we're one person on a planet of 7 billion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Bye!